Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Gormon Productions Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to the Gormon Productions Wrestling Podcast. We are counting down to the top 10 most shocking, most ruthless, most exciting moments the wrestling universe had to offer this week. Let's count them down. Go! Starting off with number 10, we have announced the new general managers of SmackDown and Raw, leading the charge with Mick Foley, and returning from a nearly career-ending injury inside of the ring, Daniel Bryan. Makes you wonder if Edge is thinking to himself, why didn't I think of that?
Could be more popular and better than Mick Foley. Ladies and gentlemen,
More popular?
Don't interrupt me, honey.
Coming in at number 9, I'm going to give a little nudge over to Baron Corbin for displaying a lot of ruthless aggression inside of the ring against Kalisto on Raw. This guy is getting a major push in the right direction, and in my opinion, very well deserving. Coming in at number 8, let's talk about the draft. It was a very exciting night. Most definitely the entire universe tuning into the first SmackDown Live, talking about the draft. And arguably one of the more odd moments of the evening was that Brock Lesnar drafted to Raw, as if we're ever going to see him there on a consistent basis. And then they turn around and they draft Randy Orton to SmackDown. How those two are going to have a decent build-up to SummerSlam on 2 different shows is beyond me, but most likely we're going to see Brock Lesnar as often as we were ever going to see him. And then we wrap up very anticlimactically with Sheamus as the final draft. Not exactly an exciting conclusion. Rolling in to number 7, the very highly anticipated triple threat match between our friends at the Shield, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. I will say this, they have done an excellent job of keeping our interest in this match with the absence of Roman Reigns. They've addressed it. It's not like they're pretending it didn't happen. They're keeping the heat on the other two, and I think they've done a very good job. My ultimate prediction going into the pay-per-view, Dean Ambrose is going to come out with the championship because he is not a transitional champion. Number 6. You might wonder why I'm giving Heath Slater any time whatsoever. I'm giving you 5 seconds to say you're injured, you're on the shelf, come back fresh and new. Number 5, going to check out our new logos for the show. I would say that it's not bad on either end. It's always good to repackage things, and if we're going to start from scratch, let's start from scratch. More importantly than the logos is definitely going to be the stage. We don't want these 2 shows to look at all like each other. You gotta keep it fresh and new, and so far we're in the right direction. Checking out number 4, which was my original number 1 until other things happened this week, Finn Balor coming to Raw. Longly anticipated, very deserving, going to be a hot addition to Raw. Excellent job, Finn Balor. It is going to be a very exciting show, along with Corey Graves, who gets an honorable nod for coming over to the commentary. Much deserving as well. Number 3, gonna roll over to the Cruiserweight Classic. Can't show you much footage because this was all that YouTube would let me, but a big nod to TJ Parker for some awesome, innovative Cruiserweight submission holds that I have never seen before. Number 2, and folks, this is an emotional roller coaster of a film. Many of you have probably already seen it. I got to see this within the past couple weeks. If you have any emotional involvement with any wrestlers growing up, this is the documentary to watch. I mean, it was very powerful. You know, you have a guy like Jake the Snake who could have arguably been a champion early on in his career, and then you just watch him slowly deteriorate pretty much on camera. But then to watch him rally, watch him overcome everything he went through, this was a very powerful documentary that I highly encourage everyone to watch. Finally, number 1, and a very unexpected number 1 on my take. I'm going to show you a quick picture here. This is The Rock. that I was living under. And I've just recently discovered Lucha Underground. I've heard about it for months, more likely, arguably, the past year, and never took the time to check it out. Let me tell you something right now. If I had discovered Lucha Underground back in 2014 when it first aired, I would have abandoned WWE because at the time it was a weak product and this would have reigned supreme. I'm telling you right now, it's in terms of a global or in terms of a global presence, they're not going to be able to compete with WWE, but in terms of in-ring performance, showmanship, and overall cinematography, this is the most innovative and phenomenal product I have ever seen in my life, and I will continue to watch and support it, and you will continue to see me review it as I catch up to speed because I'm literally on season 1. So thank you all very much for tuning in to my weekly review. Leave some comments, hit some like buttons, and we will talk to you soon.